Howdy everybody, it's Amy here from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting and Cross Stitch. This is going to be a little bit of a different video here. This is one that's a long time in coming. This is my intro for our July event with Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0. I am running the Oceans and Sea Life event with the group and also on Facebook. So this is going to be more of a housekeeping video. I have a lot of stuff written down to pass on to you, and we're just going to go through what the event is, how long it's going to last, when the giveaways are being done, and all that good stuff. But I know it's boring to sit here and just look at this. This is actually a beach towel that I bought the other day that I thought I'd do as a backdrop for the videos that I do related to the event, so you know which is which, because I am going to be continuing to do other videos through the week as needed. I do have other product reviews and things coming from companies, so I will continue to do that if you're not interested in the event. But if you are, this video is for you because we're going to talk about it. But I'm going to see if I can put this back in frame here. I'm going to do so while stitching because I know these kind of videos can be boring just looking at a plain screen, and I don't chew gum and walk at the same time very well, but I picked an area. I've started this. We're going to talk about this here in a little bit. Let me try to adjust this a little bit more. I've got this just rolled up so I can do this in hand. This particular project doesn't fit in frame, but I did start this over the weekend. If you saw my post in the community section, I showed my start of this while I was at the library for our monthly crafty meetup, and I had a lot of fun there, met some new people, had a really good time seeing people in person doing all sorts of crafts. So our library tries to do that once a month, and so it was really fun to meet people and talk to them. So anyway, I've got my little seal cover minder here. Ooh, I'm zoomed in so much. He's going to hold on to my needles and keep them safe for me. But this is a cross stitch that I'm going to be working on off and on through the event. So it's really zoomed in. You can't tell what it is. We're going to leave it at that for a few minutes, and I'm going to start stitching. And I probably should have prepared my first thread here, but we'll go ahead and start. This color here is the color I'm going to be working on, and it is a blend of a medium blue here and a dark blue. But there's a lot of these colors in this particular project, so I'm just using the one straight from the hank that was sent with this. So this is a stamp cross stitch kit from Painting Fairy. However, I did not buy it from Painting Fairy because I could not find it on their site. So it is Painting Fairy branded, and it is printed by them. However, I could only find it on Dream Stitch, which I thought was interesting. So I did look around. I did check again the other day, but I purchased this one on Dream Stitch, and I did an unboxing video. I just haven't shared it yet. So I may share that in the next couple days, but I do have a product review on fan sales that I need to get out. So I'll be doing that first. So you'll see the full unboxing of this in a couple days. But this right here, I know you probably can't tell. This is an ocean critter here, starting at the bottom corner of this design. This is a giant whale, and this is his belly here, and his mouth is up here. His head is through here. He's got an eye there and some decorative coral on his head, and then there's a seashell way off the camera. So it's really hard to tell. I'll show, well, there's no reason to wait. I'll show the full picture right now and zoom out so you can see. This is indeed Painting Fairy, and this one is called Enchanted Ocean, and it was called Magic Ocean on Dream Stitch site, but I did not find it on Painting Fairy's website. So we're way down here with this little whale, and that is where I'm starting. This right here is a blade of seagrass that's up and around our whale. So that's what we're going to be working on. But I thought this was a really awesome design for the event. We won't get very far with it, but I will continue to work on this. It's a lot of fun with a lot of little pictures throughout this. So really awesome design here. It does have something like 160 colors. So I just have the key with me here in case I need it. I'm looking for the stitch count here. There we go, 800 by 597. If I can get that there into frame on 14 count. So it is quite huge. Normally, if I try to do a stitch with me, because my eyes aren't that great, I will do 9 count or 11 count rather than 14 count. But we're going to give this a try. Let me center this here and see if I can zoom in enough for you, but also for my own eyes. So I'm going to have to wear my cheaters through this and look through the camera. But hopefully we can pull this off so that all these details about the event are not too boring to just hear me talking and look at me or just something static in the background. We're gonna actually do some stitching. So let's start by talking about Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0. If you're new to my channel, you may not be fully aware of the group. I have mentioned it here and there in passing. It is a Facebook group. It is made up partly of YouTube diamond painting content creators and also their audience. So any supporters of any of the channels can also join in as well. So if you like diamond painting and you like different events each month, then you want to check out the group. So it is an event related group, meaning there's not chit chat on there that's random. You have to post based on the theme for the particular event. And I'm going to be off camera here for just a second while I start this thread. No, I guess I'm not on camera. Yeah, look at that messy back. There's actually more colors in this thing than it might first appear. It's not as simple as it looked, but I'm a little bit old-fashioned in some of the ways that I do cross-stitch. If I'm in a frame, I do a front start. This is a blend, so I can't do a loop start. Well, I know you can, but to me it's a little more annoying to do the odd number loop start rather than just tucking threads. So I prefer to stitch on hand here. Ooh, my hand is so big there. I just keep one hand in the back so I can feel for knots, and I just start stitching. So these are parked threads here. As you can see, there is a lot of confetti in this design. So even though it looks cute and cartoony, there's still quite a bit of confetti. There are areas though where it's not. So that's what I chose to pick today to talk about the event. So I'm just going to get this first stitch and then we'll talk more. I just want to make sure I don't pull the thread too hard and pull it out of where I have it anchored in the back. All right, I think we're good to go here, and hopefully I can keep this in camera while I talk. So Diamond Painting with Friends is a Facebook group. You don't have to be on Facebook or join the group for the event. I'm going to run this as both a YouTube event and the Facebook group event. And there are 2 events going for July. The other one is Animals Around the World, and the host for that one, if you want to join in that one too, is the channel Diamonds Around You. So look for Diamonds Around You. I'll post her YouTube handle in the comments below if you'd like to join that, because sea life counts as an animal, so you could do both events at the same time. So as I said, Diamond Painting with Friends is a way for channels to help support each other through events, because you're not in it alone and you get a lot of help from the admins. And we have hashtags for each event. I will put my hashtag. I don't remember it offhand, and trying to spell out a hashtag probably wouldn't work well anyway, so I'm going to post it right here below my stitching, and I'll also post it in the comments. So any post you do related to the oceans and sea life, you will need to add that hashtag, so that way we can sort through all the different posts. Since we have 2 events running simultaneously, it can get a little crowded in there, so the hashtags really help us out. So check in with Diamonds Around You to see about the hashtag and the rules she has for Animals Around the World. So I'm running this event from July 1st through July 31st. Consider this the start video for the event, even though today is June 29th when I'm recording this. I will put it up today or this evening just to get a little head start. And in the Facebook group, I will post the start post probably tomorrow, because we do have some international people. So July 1st will start much earlier, about 6 or 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time and all that stuff. So international dateline, all that good stuff. So time zones being different, I will post the start post in the Facebook group tomorrow evening. So we are going to do our full event video, our first full event video for week 1 here. And we will draw a winner on Monday, June 6th for the first week. And I'll talk about the details about prizes and all that. So I will probably get another first week video out, but I just want to make sure that this one is posted before the first and that you have sufficient time to enter for the first weekly drawing. So this will be the video where you enter for week 1 drawing here on Facebook, but I'll probably have more of a informational video about the C's and everything still later this week, probably before the end of the work week, but I just want to make sure you have the full length of time to enter for week 1. If you're curious about my needle here, this is one of the ball needles I've been talking about. It has, if I can show you here, a little tiny ball at the end. So it's not sharp. It's got that little ball, and that helps the needle find the holes in the Aida rather than poking through the Aida cloth. And it also, if I can get to this side, has a slightly larger eye of the needle. Let's see, I can't really get it to turn the right way. There we go. A little bit easier to thread. And I love using these needles now. So I do get a few of these. I don't use them for every project because the downside is with that little ball, it's harder to tuck underneath in the back when I'm trying to secure threads. So sometimes I will switch it out at the end with a regular needle to do anything where I need sharp needles to poke through the fabric. But for just working on Aida cloth, I really do enjoy the ball needle. So I digress already. Oops. And yeah, I got part of my parked thread caught there. I usually have those spun around a bobbin, but I'm doing this one kind of in my lap and everything right now because it's just too big to fit in a frame. I could fit it across a frame and a half. I have enough bars that I could do that, but then the frame gets too heavy for my stand, and I just don't want to put that much weight on my stand. So I'm going to be doing this one by hand, and I really can't film with my current setup over a frame. And the frame gets in the way at our house with the people tripping over it. I really don't have a good spot for it. Okay, so July 1st through 31st, our first giveaway drawing will be on Monday, June 6th. And I will tell you by the end of this video what to comment on this video to enter for YouTube for the drawing. And then on Facebook, I will have the start post going up tomorrow, and you can post your start for the event on that start post video to be entered in for week 1 on Facebook. So how is all this drawing and giveaway and stuff going to work? Well, first we'll start with the unrule. I say rules on my notes, but really the first one is an unrule, which is no new start needed, all crafts are welcome, and there is no licensed artwork requirement. I do show a lot of budget friendly on my channel, so I'm not going to require you guys. I'm trying to do this. No, I went one too far. Trying to do this and read my notes at the same time, and it's hard for me to see from one to the other without losing camera focus. That's why I do 9 count when I'm doing videos. We'll get through it. We can do this, right? Okay, so you don't have to have licensed artwork. I know it's very expensive right now. I do support artists and I do purchase mostly licensed artwork. However, I know not everybody can do that, so my channel has always had its foundation from the start, from 3 years ago. I've always had the foundation ensuring budget-friendly items. So I will continue to do that, which means I will continue to support that for my giveaways. And Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0, the entire group seems to do that as well. So, no new start. So if you're finishing up the beach event with Lois and you haven't finished your project, you can go ahead and continue on because the beach is part of the ocean. So feel free to do that if you need to. I know we're all busy and we're coming up on the July 4th weekend, which is a huge travel time, holiday time, and for my kiddos, work time because they work at Walmart. And so it is one of the busiest times of the entire year for them, believe it or not, even busier than Black Friday. So that means we're all busy. So do what you can with what you have, basically, is what that rule is. Or unrule, I should say. Now for the giveaway details. You must be 18 years or older to enter for the giveaway because I do need to get your address for prizes. So that is a YouTube rule. It may be even bigger than just YouTube doing that. So you do not have to subscribe to my channel, although I appreciate it if you do. You do not have to join the Facebook group, although all new members are welcome, and it does help the group as a whole because you get access to a whole list of great diamond painting YouTube channels on there that maybe you haven't found, and they're just listed out for you in a featured link so you can find lots of new channels, but that's not required. You do not have to comment on this video. For those of you that cannot comment because you watch on TV or other means, you can send me an email to enter each week, including this week, and I will put my email address below as well. Hey, I'm getting the hang of this. I'm actually stitching through the camera. I'm zoomed in enough on the camera now that I can wear my cheaters here and stitch through the camera. So I think we can get this done. Okay, so there are going to be a drawing for 2 prizes each week. I think I might have a knot there, though something's not right there. Okay, maybe I can't do it completely while looking through my phone. Yeah, close enough. This thing is so giant that one little stitch that's off is not going to make a difference. It just looked a little like one of the threads pulled through and the other one didn't quite pull through all the way. So we'll get back on track here. So 2 people will win prizes each week. So again, those will be on Mondays for the drawings, June 6th, June 13th, June 20th, and June 27th. And I will remind you as we get toward each of those deadlines. So the way I'm going to make this work, because I will have entries coming in from Facebook, YouTube, and email, I'm going to combine everything together so you get 1 entry per week. So if you join in the Facebook start video as well as comment on the week 1 YouTube here, you're not going to get 2 entries in, you'll get just 1. So I will try to combine everybody together with 1 entry per person per week for the weekly prizes. Now things are going to change a little bit for the grand prize, but we'll talk about that at the end. So you either comment on this video for week 1 or comment in the start post that I'll put up tomorrow for week 1, or email me and that'll give me your entry for week 1, and I will spin the wheel there on the first Monday of July and we'll announce the 2 winners. Now what am I giving away? That's probably the important part for you. Well, my channel is diamond painting and cross stitch, so I thought the easiest way to do this is to have some of each and the winner chooses. So I will be giving away small prizes. They're not real big for the weekly stuff. I have diamond painting coasters and canvases, and then cross-stitch bookmarks and budget-friendly canvases. So what I was going to do was put, for example, if you say diamond painting is what you want, you will get a diamond painting canvas and coaster set. If cross-stitch is what you want, then you will get a cross-stitch bookmark and ocean-themed canvas to stitch. And for those of you that like both, you can tell me both and I'll send you one from each category, either a coaster or canvas for diamond painting, and either a bookmark or canvas for the cross stitch. And that way, hopefully everybody will get what they want. Plus I'll throw in a few extra goodies. So I'm not going to show you exactly what is what for each week. I'm going to kind of randomly pick them out of the different sets that I've already purchased and throw in a few extra goodies on the side. So on week 1 and week 3, that's every other week, I will be giving away these physical items to 2 winners on those weeks, either cross stitch or diamond painting or both. But I know we have international viewers out there, and the goodies I'm only going to do as domestic because international shipping can be very expensive. But I don't want to completely have my international followers miss out. So on the other weeks, on week 2 and week 4, I'm going to be giving away gift cards to your favorite place to buy crafty things. And so I will email the winners or have them email me, and you tell me where you want your gift card to be from, and that way I can send it electronically, and so my international people can join in as well. So week 1, that would be the Monday, June 6th, will be a goodie giveaway for those that live in the US. Then week 2 on the 13th, those will be gift cards where international people can join in. And you get the picture. Week 3 will be goodies, and week 4 will be international. So those are the 4 weekly prizes. And then we'll talk about the grand prize. So I will do the drawing for the grand prize on July 31st. The way you enter for the grand prize is to enter for one of the weekly prizes. Your name will be automatically put in the grand prize if you enter a weekly prize. And to make it a little more interesting for those of you that stick through all the way to the end, to give a little extra reward, because I know I have trouble sticking through all the way to the end. So for those of you that do, I will put one entry for each week that you enter into the grand prize. So if you participate and put entries in for all 4 weeks, you will have 4 entries into the grand prize. So when I spin the wheel, your name will be in there 4 times. Whereas if you only participate for 1 week, you'll still have a chance at the grand prize, but your entry will only be in there once. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So that way you can have a max of only 4 entries though. So if you're entering on Facebook and YouTube every week, it's still only 4 entries. 4 is the max that you can get. And then we will do that final drawing on July 31st. So that is the gist of it. I'm trying to look through here and see. So, yeah, that's all the notes I have. I feel like I'm forgetting something here. Well, so let's keep chatting about the event. So what are my plans for my videos for the ocean theme? So I have a couple ideas. I'm going to do my first big themed video with the first week giveaway. I am having a little trouble here thinking and stitching and talking at the same time. I need more practice at this. But on Monday, June 6th will be my first full big event video. I'll be talking oceans and stuff through the month. on different videos, but my main videos for the event, I'll do like 4 bigger videos that talk specifically about ocean stuff. And I think the first one will be ocean myths. So on Monday, June 6th, you can look for a video where we talk about some of the ocean myths. We're talking mermaids, sea creatures, Bermuda Triangle, the things from history that have always puzzled us about the ocean. Because of all the places on Earth, the ocean, which makes up most of our planet, is also the most unknown and unvisited by humans. So because of that mystery, we have developed a lot of myths through the years, especially at ancient times when they didn't understand science as well. So we're going to talk ocean myths on Monday, July 6th. Is that June 6th? July 6th. Why did I write June on there? Everything I said about June to this point, ignore. It's July. So Monday, July 6th. My head is still stuck in June. We will talk about ocean myths. And then the next Monday, with the second week giveaway video on July 13th, we will talk about ocean critters. I think that might be a fun one. And then the third week, and this one may make a few people go to sleep, but we're going to give it a try anyway. On June 20th, we'll talk a little bit about ocean science, thinking hurricanes, typhoons, ocean currents, stuff like that, how the ocean affects us here on land. And that might be, I'll try to make it less boring, because that's really exciting to me. But I'll try to keep it a little bit more limited on what I talk about, but mostly it'll be the video to set you up for the next week's giveaway. And the fourth week is up in the air still. I've thought about maybe ocean transportation, but I don't know as much about ships and submarines and all that good stuff. So maybe I'll take a question and answer type thing and see if we can do that. Or if you have any ideas for a specific theme related to oceans, let me know. I'd like to visit the ocean, but right now I don't think that's going to happen this month, even though it's only about a 6-hour drive here. It does require hotel stays and all that good stuff, and my kiddo doesn't drive to work on her own. I have to get her to work. So it's a little bit harder for me to just take off to the ocean. But usually when we go visit the ocean, it's at Port Aransas on North Padre Island and Mustang Island, outside of Corpus Christi, if you're familiar with Texas geography. I grew up going to Galveston. I grew up in Houston, and so my family spent a lot of time on Galveston Island, but I do like the beach at Port Aransas a lot better. So that's one of my favorite hangout spots that's still within a pretty easy to get to distance here. So even though I'm landlocked out in West Texas desert, I do get my fill of the ocean from time to time. So tell me what theme you might be interested in for that last week. That's July 27th. And then that'll take us right to the end there for our giveaway for the grand prizes on July 31st. So let me try to summarize this and make sure I got all the housekeeping stuff out of the way, and then we'll just keep stitching and chatting. So it is for the Facebook group Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0, but also just here on YouTube, and I will put the link below. You can join the group or just watch the YouTube stuff, but I do recommend that you join the group because there's a lot more community interaction. And also, I didn't do it as much last year. I did a plant-themed event in June of last year, and I didn't do as much Facebook interaction because I'm actually not on Facebook that much. But this time for this event, I'm going to try to be in the Facebook group doing a lot more posts for this event. And a lot of people have said they really enjoy trivia, so we're going to have trivia questions each week. And Lois, for last month's event, did several puzzles. I was trying to think of a way to do an escape room type puzzle where you have little clues each week which lead to a big clue. I love making puzzles, but I'm just not sure I can pull it off this time. We'll see. I'll try to get a couple puzzles out there and maybe some Q&A sessions, but each week there will be a post for progress. So my post to start the event with your start post will be tomorrow. You'll see it in there. That's end of June 30th to start, and that'll be for the first giveaway. And then for the weekend, we'll say Saturdays. We'll do the progress post on Saturdays in the Facebook group, and I'll ask for progress, and you can post your progress on your projects there if you want to. It's certainly not required as long as you at least post in the start post for that week or comment on the videos to enter. So week 1 is going to be a little bit different because the entry for week 1 will be commenting on this video or showing a start on the start post. But then for week 2, you're going to need to comment on my video that I post on Monday, July 6th. When I do the giveaway for week 1, I will be talking about ocean stuff, and I will give you a comment to post on that to enter for week 2. Or you can enter by posting your progress starting on Saturday all the way through to the next giveaway, which will be the 13th. And I will keep trying to remind everybody each week what the deadlines are and all that, because I know it's a lot to keep up with. So for this week, I'm going to give you a word to comment on at the end of this video that'll enter you for week 1 or your start post, which will be available starting tomorrow. So a little more detail about the prizes, and I should have gotten a couple examples. I will go do that real quick. So if you stand by real quick, we will do that. So hang tight. Okay, I had to zoom out here a little bit to talk prizes. So let's start with diamond painting. So what I have here for diamond painting, I have sets of coasters here. I'm not going to open this so you can't see the design, but this is an ocean or sea life themed set of coasters, and I have 4 of these. So your choice will not be dependent on what other people do other than the actual picture shown. So by week 4, there'll still be coasters available if that's what you want. And then the other diamond painting giveaway, I have this set of smaller diamond painting ocean critter kits here. These are all from Amazon. Got them in a group this way. So you could go look on Amazon and see what all the pictures are available. But it's better to be a little bit surprised. So if you want just diamond painting, you'll get one of these and a coaster set and a couple other goodies that I might throw in there. So that's the diamond painting giveaway. And then for the cross stitch giveaway, I have 4 sets of these. These are diamond painting, or not diamond painting, these are cross stitch bookmark sets. And there are 6 bookmarks in each set. I have 4 of these as well. So if everybody that's a winner is a cross stitcher, then I still have plenty of those. So we have 4 of those. And then we have some sea critter budget-friendly cross-stitch kits here. So I have plenty there. There are 6 of them there. So if you are a cross-stitcher and win the weekly prize, you'll get a bookmark set and one of these cross-stitch canvases. And if you are both, you can tell me both and I'll pick one of each to send you, like a bookmark set and a diamond painting. So hopefully that makes sense. But I'm also planning on working on junk journals. And this is an example. This one already has a home that it's going to go to this week. So this is not the exact giveaway, but this is a sample of one of the junk journals that I make. I made this for somebody that will get it shipped to them in the mail this week, so this one is not available, but I will be making some of these just like this for the ocean event. So this one is more of a beach themed one, but I have pockets and note cards and little tags and goodies throughout. If you're not familiar with junk journals, if you're new to my channel, I do have an entire junk journal playlist where you can see exactly what they are, how I put them together, and all that. So this kind of thing, it's basically a journal with writing pages with lots of different types of papers in there and pockets to hold tags and secret writing spaces and little envelopes that you can put goodies in and stuff like that, and pockets even here in the back. So this one still has a fair amount of room to add decorations to. The ones I do for the giveaway that I'll send with the goodies will probably be a little bit smaller because I do get carried away and they do take a little bit longer than they should for me to make. If I'm going to get on track for getting these out with the prizes on time, I need to make them a little bit smaller. But I will have some folders, some envelopes, a few goodies thrown in there, but really it's up to you to then add to it as you like. So put your own little keepsakes and goodies in here and write your own notes or journal keeping stuff in there. So there will be some of these in the giveaway as well, but this particular one has a home to go to this week, so I should get it in the mail in the next couple days. So that is the other thing. Now for grand prize, we're going to wait on that because I still have one thing coming in and I want to make sure it comes in time. But basically, if you're into diamond painting, the grand prize winner will get a bigger diamond painting than the smaller giveaways. And if you're into cross stitch, I have a bigger cross stitch still coming for the giveaway. And if you're international, it'll be a gift card. So hopefully all that made sense, somewhat out of order, a little bit scattered, even though I have my notes. So come join in the Facebook group and get all the extra fun with the event, with the puzzles and trivia and all that, or just watch the videos and enjoy and comment. And I will go ahead and give you the keyword today if you want to jump off and not watch me struggle with my stitching a little bit more here. So somewhere in this video, well, not somewhere, in the comments below, there's really only one place you can comment. You can comment with the word waves somewhere in your post. So post a comment with the word waves in a complete sentence, not just the word waves. That tends to draw the spammy people that are just looking for giveaways that don't actually watch the channels or participate. So put the word waves or wave in a sentence. I'll take either one because I do it by hand. I don't do the comment grabber apps because I do miss a lot. So wave or waves will work for me in a sentence in the comment below, and that'll enter you into the week 1 giveaway. And I don't have a lot of trivia or ocean information for this first video. We're just going to kind of get things started here for that first giveaway because July 6th comes very soon and everybody's got things to do for the weekend. So we'll make it easy here the first week. And then for week 2, watch the video. Oh, my pupper says hi. For week 2, you will watch the July 6th video, and on there I will give you all the details for entering for week 2, but it'll probably be another comment for the video or a status post on your project on the Facebook group or an email. And if you want to share your project with everybody, you can send me an email with your picture, because I know on Facebook you can post pictures, but of course on YouTube you cannot. So you can send me an email with a picture of your project and I can share them on here if you're interested. So So that's all the event stuff. If you're not interested in any stitching, then you can drop off now and get ready to enjoy your July 4th festivities. So for those of you still hanging around for the stitching, I can probably go a little bit faster with the stitching because I'm not thinking and trying to make sure that I need to say everything that I want to say. So this project, I did go ahead and show the picture at the beginning here. It is Enchanted Ocean, and even though it looks very cartoonish, a lot of these outlines are turning out to be very heavy confetti on this. So that's what's going on here, and that's why you see parked threads. There are a ton of colors just in the gray pink area here under this whale. And even within here, you can kind of see the lines here of different colors giving it more detail. But it's hopefully gonna get a lot of progress this month and not get put away for a year after that. But I have so many different projects and different things I'm working on for the channel. Some things that I'm sort of, not completely, but sort of under obligation to do. So when I get free products from companies, I like to test them out and show you at least some progress on them. So I do continue to work on those. I did the Art Dot bookmark set. I have some stuff from Feel Look Art. I have an unboxing from Fan Cells that I really need to get out. And I do have actually some stuff from Diamond Art Club coming. I went ahead and fell for the mystery boxes this time. So they did last week release the mystery boxes, not mystery kits. They did some of those too. It's kind of confusing on all the different mystery words out there. But they did mystery boxes that each box will have 2 unknown, never before seen designs, and then 1 surprise, which means overstock. So that's where you get your Incredible Hulk and Disney canvases. So I'm not really too interested in the overstock, but I now have an in with the library for donating diamond paintings to them. So I did get rid of a few of those type of canvases that I got in past mystery boxes. I found a good home for them, and so I was willing to take a chance one more time on the mystery box. So we don't know what's going to be in there, but I will have an unboxing for that later this month. They are going to start shipping on July 1st, I believe. So I did go ahead and get 2 mystery boxes. So we'll see what kits I get with that. But that is not a product review or anything. That is my own purchase. So I'll get around to that when I can. I do have a PR package, product review package, if you're not familiar with that term, for the company 5 Stitch that I need to show as well. It is with Stitching Land designs at different count sizes. So we'll be doing that pretty soon because I've been sitting on it too long. And then Panda Stitch. I got an order again from Panda Stitch. Panda Stitch was the one that had the set of little gnomes that I unboxed. So thank you everyone that helped me figure out that one last little gnome was a gnome in a pool toy. So now it makes a lot more sense when I look at it. Not sure how I missed that the first time, but thank you for the help on that. And of course, Painting Fairy. I'm always backed up with Painting Fairy stuff to show you, and part of that is because I do add a couple of my own purchases with each one. But I did also try, it's been a long time, but I did go ahead and try to place a small order with both VIP Cross Stitch and Biggest Craft. I do share some of those past unboxings still on my channel. I haven't hidden those old videos. So every once in a while I like to circle back around to some of those companies and make sure that the customer service is still good and that their products are still good. So I did place an order for those 2. They haven't even shipped yet, so that's probably more of a next month deal. And that was with my own money. And then I placed an order from Diamond Art Gallery over the weekend. I placed an order with them a few months ago, but it's been really slow in getting here. She did apologize. They had some stuff come in damaged, and so they have to be reprinted. So my order that was supposed to be here in mid-June is not yet, but I know it's coming, so I will have, hopefully, sometime later this month, an unboxing from Diamond Art Gallery. But she did do new releases this past Saturday, and there was one that caught my eye, so I did make a purchase from that. But that's way in the future. It does take at least a month to get those. Right now it seems like processing and shipping times and getting them through customs just takes a long time. So I did order this one 2 months ago, so I've been sitting on it for a little while just to make sure I got it in on time, because I thought this would be an easy stitch for some Stitch With Me's for this ocean themed event. So I think I'll try to do diamond painting as I talk about oceans for our first Monday, July 6th video, when I talk about ocean and sea myths. I think I'm going to have to do those as voiceovers, where I will just record myself doing the diamond painting and then do a voiceover so that I can talk about stuff and have it actually make sense, as opposed to what happened here at the start of this video. You gotta learn somehow. This is only my second event I've ever run, so it takes a little work to figure it out. So we will be doing some on-camera diamond painting and on-camera cross-stitching as part of this event, and I'm thinking that maybe the cross-stitching will get more complicated as we go through the month. So I'm starting here with a really easy section of the stamp cross-stitch. I've been doing some Dutch where I go across and then back, but I found with the second row here, I don't know if you notice, I switched to just doing stitch by stitch, and that's because it was just easier on my eyes since I'm doing this through the camera. And I could go ahead and zoom back in again if you wanted to see it more closely, but I think zoomed in too much makes it more difficult to see how it's going to look. Really, you want to look at it from a distance to see how well it's going to look, because you do see some of the ink coming through, and you do see a little bit of the twists there in my stitches. I'm not going to be as neat with this one because it's hundreds of thousands of stitches, and so if I were doing, say, a reproduction sampler on linen, I would be much more careful with my stitches. But for a picture like this, I'm just going to go with what's easiest. So we're going to start out in the month with this really easy section, but I'm going to maybe make it a little more complicated as we go through the month, and I'll show you how I do some of the confetti. Even this area, I did a lot of the more difficult confetti. Down here, there's really only a few colors left through here, but as we go like up through here, and maybe the coral there on the whale's head, and even this area here was a little heavy in confetti, and I can show you how I work that. Because it's not fully parking, it's not fully cross-country, it's a blending of each, and sometimes I set up a lot of threads and do like a square by square, and then I'll go ahead and do cross-country for a little bit and get rid of those threads, and then I start new ones, and that keeps my thread from getting completely out of hand for all those different colors. Some squares in this have like 50 different colors just in that square. So that's a lot of threads to keep up with. So I kind of do a balance between the two to try to keep the thread numbers manageable. And sometimes I do straight across, sometimes I do up and down. It just really depends on my mood for the day and whatever colors I'm working on. So we're doing pretty good here. What's the time here? 17 minutes. I should probably end this here. I'll give just a little note on personal life. My kiddo started her new job today, so we've been spending a fair amount of time getting her ready for that. So she is still working with Walmart, but it's a new store, so she's got new people, new position. She's doing kind of a manager training position for those of you that work at Walmart and know the different positions. It is a academy trainer position. So they kind of train you up to be a manager. So she was really happy to get that. It is more money each day, so that'll help out as well. But we spent a fair amount of time getting hair done, getting clothes done, all the things needing to be done before starting a new job. And my hubby helped his sister move, and that's all out of the way now. We usually go to a friend's house for July 4th, so I will probably be stepping away for a couple days for that. But because I have this event going with a lot more questions and stuff, you will see me on the Facebook group a lot more, and hopefully answering comments a lot more, especially if there are any questions for the event. Sometimes comments can get overwhelming with the number of them, but I will try to catch up. But I will take a break for a couple days there for the July 4th holiday. And what else? I think that's probably about it. I've been doing a lot of knitting lately. I didn't get a whole lot of finishing done for June, and that's because I've been playing around testing yarns and buying yarns and testing patterns and all that for a couple knitting projects. I did mention in one of my recent videos that my niece is expecting her first baby. That is coming in mid-December, so I'm trying to get some baby things made for her. But I was also being a little bit quiet. My hubby's son is expecting their first baby as well, and it's a Christmas Eve potential delivery date. So we actually have 2 Christmas babies coming, so that's why my stitching, let me go ahead and grab this stitch here so I don't lose it or forget about it. I could have still caught it when I go back and do these. I'll probably do these with a different strand. So I'm just keeping this one going, doing the easy stuff here, and then I'll start another strand and go up through this way and then join on up there. That's my plan there. But we have 2 December babies coming for our family, which is great news, but it means that my knitting and crocheting will take a little bit more time, especially as we get closer to Christmas. So that's all that's going on over here. Hopefully everything's going well with you all. It's getting hot. Definitely time to go visit the beach and get into the ocean. So if you have any questions, email me, post anything on the Facebook group or the comments here on YouTube. But just remember, any project welcome, any craft, new start not required. So whatever you have available to you. I know one person asked about the sets of minis. I have that set of minis myself. I did a video on it the other day. So sets of minis are certainly welcome. I'm not putting a minimum on the amount you have to do or the size of the project. So this is supposed to be easy summer crafting. So do what you have with what you have, and we'll make it work. We just want you to participate and have fun and join in the conversation. So thank you for watching. I will end here as I finish up this thread here, and I will be back through the month of July with plenty of ocean themed things to show you or things to talk about. So be sure to comment with the word wave or waves to enter week 1 on here, and let me know what you want to hear about for week 4 for this ocean theme. And thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting my channel. Pass on the word if there's anybody you know that you think might enjoy joining in. And I appreciate y'all. So we'll see you next time.